Hey guys, so here's part 2 of more of my stuff. Ooh, the fun. Alright, so, this is some of these. There was just before I moved, there was a metaphysical shop that was closing down, so I went and bought one of these silly little kits. It was like $2 for me to buy it. But I got like a black tea light candle and a little scrolls and some incense is in here. And mainly I bought it because of this. It's a little mini thing of sandalwood incense. And I've been trying to make a new travel altar for myself, and these kind of like little ones, the little holders and the little incenses are just perfect. I also got my Mononeki Neko cell phone charm that I used to have on my cell phone. My new cell phone, for some reason, doesn't have a space for the charms to hang off of. And then I have these, which are witch runes that I've made. Personally, they don't really jive with me, but I made them. I think I have a second set floating around. This is my catch-all box. And in here I've got birthday candles! Whoa! Yes, and they're black and glow-in-the-dark birthday candles. Because I'm weird that way. And there's a flower candle. And this is there's 2 of these in here. Just kind of like weird little, they used to have candles in them, and then I burnt the candle out. But neat little jar thingies. And then I've got this. This is the thread that I use to bind my herbs up. I consecrated it, and it's actually, if I don't remember, but I think there's a satchel inside the middle. So that I think the reason was to make it so that the herbs didn't rot. And this is my glass phallus, which a friend of mine gave me as a joke, and I think it's quite funny, because not many people have a clear glass phallus. And these here are actually my mom's teeth. I can show you. See, there's a tooth in there. Ah! Ooh, there's some gauze too. But yeah, every time she's had to get a tooth pulled, she's given them to me. And there's just some other like little trinkets, like an odd key and a guitar pick and just things that I use in spells. But with my mom, I use her teeth to do healing spells for her, because that poor woman is constantly sick. Alrighty, let's move along here. Alright, this here is my mini book of shadows, which I can show you. What I do is, before I write an entry in my book of shadows, I write a draft in here. And I will do a video on my book of shadows all on its own, so don't worry about that. I will show you guys that later. In depth. This is one of my statues, and she is a black angel, a gothic black angel. And what's really cool is she's got a little drawer here. It's like velvet on the inside. Yeah, I got her for Yule from my son. It's adorable. And she's just kind of like the guardian angel of the house. I really like her. One of the other things that I did, this is also for my display, is I made these banners. Now the background here itself, as you can see, it has 2 squares on each. I got these at the dollar store, and they had like 2 pictures of flowers in it. But I figured that they'd be way cooler to use like this. So I took the flowers out, and I just used these as backgrounds. So I'll just lay them out here really quick. So this is what I actually had in the back of the display as the backdrop. So I've got the moon and a rabbit for the goddess, and it's actually gilded in, I don't know if you can see, it's gilded in silver leaf. I'm sorry, my flip is not very good for picking out close, but there you go. You can see the gilding. And the gilding's sort of messy on purpose. It wasn't supposed to be messy, but when it came out messy, I liked it, so we ran with it. This is the raven, and he's got the moon and the sun. And Raven is a very important animal to me, personally. I love Raven. So, and he's got, like, gold legs and a silver border. And then this is the stag with the sun in gold leaf for the god. Because these are the three animals that I kind of personally represent with the god and the goddess. As well, I find it quite unique that it's, for me, it's like, you know, the goddess and the hair has to be blue and the god has to be red. And what is the cross between those? That's purple, my favorite color ever. So yeah. Anyway, this was the second concept for what was going to go into these. This here was the first. So I'll just kind of lay them out. Yes, my display was going to have naked ladies in the background. And I'm thinking of writing in Theban underneath. But there's the maiden. She's got the crescent on her forehead. There's the mother with the full moon. And there's the crone, again with the crescent. Which I thought was, I really like them. They're very sweet to me. So yeah. And those are something I want to have hung up again. It's just figuring out where and all this stuff. I'll show you, speaking of Raven though, I'll show you some more. These are also another thing that I made for Raven. There's a story that I was taught in elementary school about Raven. And so it's Raven from turning from the baby into Raven. So there's the halfway point. And these are, it's silver to copper. So this is 100% sterling silver. It's hollow, but it's at least, I think it's like 4 grams or something like that of silver. And then this one is a 50-50 silver copper blend. And then this one is 100% copper. And they've been rigged to be bells. So I have used the Raven statue to call quarters once. And it was really cool. Alrighty. Another thing that I've got here is I've got my abalone. And I've got a fox face, which I've kind of gotten wet so the ears stand up again. And I plan on using him to make a mask, like a headdress. But I like him. He kind of told me, "You need to get me. I need to go home with you." So speaking of stuff that I've made, this is another thing that I've made. What it is a forged key steel athame. It started off as an ingot about this length that was round, and I flattened it out and hammered the heck out of it. And what was really cool about being able to make my own athame was it fits my hand perfectly. Like, it's very comfortable for me to use. And I was also able to do blessings and chants over it the whole time I was making it. So, I called upon Bridget and all the smithing gods and Dionysus and a whole bunch of other ones. While I was doing it, I actually burnt frankincense on the metal before I got working on it. So, yeah. And I really like this texture, which again, you can't really see too well. But it's got this really neat, like, pot-holy texture with a really shiny edge. It's totally dull. It's completely dull. But I like that, like, you know, it's nothing sharp about it. But, yeah. Anyway, I'm going to make a part 3 now. So, see you guys in a bit.